Greetings, Justice Seekers. It's Kristen. Welcome to Justice, Not Justice season. I'm about to take control of this shit show, also known as Collins v. Collins. So now we're into January of 2018, and as I mentioned in my last video, Jamie can see that her tactics prior were not working, and so now she's going to get sinister, and she starts getting mad and, you know, this kind of thing. So the fighting increases. Now, again, remember, I'm being kept apprised of all of these things because my friendship with Jeremiah continues, and I'm still in Montana, and I'm kind of trying to help him navigate through this because it's getting really challenging. And I also realized that how much of a grace of God that it was that he was able to capture that initial freak out video, audio recording, because it could be evidence. The way things were starting to look kind of felt like it's going to be important to have some evidence. So pretty early on, I suggested to him that he record everything, every conversation, every, you know, don't delete text, whatever. And he did do that. So now we're into January, and apparently it was on a Sunday in January, and she asked Jeremiah to take their daughter to her cheer practice, and he'd had a real long week and was tired and just didn't feel like it. So he said no, and then she said, fine, I'm going to call. She was going to work, and again, remembering that this is like the heart, one of the hearts of the issue that caused him to want to be divorced is that she didn't want to work. The little that she doesn't want to do more. She just wants more out of him, and so forth and so on. He doesn't want to take the kid to cheer because he's tired. She says, well, I'll just call in sick from work then and take the daughter to cheer practice. So here's how this conversation unfolded. Should have had this pulled up. Meant to, but not perfect. All right, here we go.
Or not, just leave me alone. You want to call into work to take your daughter to cheer. Call into work to take your daughter to cheer. No, but my jalapeno chip. No one even, why are you yelling at me?
Because you're being a fucking bitch to your daughter, and you're letting her down.
I'm not.
Go over a piece of fucking ass.
But you keep making up these accusations.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
You're letting your daughter down. For what? It's not like you go to church on a fucking Sunday.
I told you that I would not be able to take her to cheer, and you want to tell me that you want to call into work so you can take her to cheer.
Yes,
I'm telling you that
it's
I
a
can't.
night that we had already paid for, and then special coaches coming to see them.
And I can't make it.
Yeah, right.
So you have friends that can take her to.
No, I don't. Everybody's working tomorrow.
Well, then, Jimmy, then
And
maybe.
my aunt's in the fucking hospital.
Well, then maybe you gotta go to work, and then she
And
has.
what? We have the kids here all by themselves?
Who says anything about that? You don't know what's going on. You're just making up things as you go.
No, if you can't drive somewhere.
I'm telling you that I'm not gonna be able to drive her to cheer and pick her up from cheer. So that has nothing to do with you going to work at 2 o'clock. That does not state that I will not be here to
You're
take.
not going to be taking care of your kids.
Okay.
You're going to be cheering and drinking.
Okay. Mom will be here. There you go.
So there's a little bit more, but I just want to point out that all of this is happening in front of the children.
Can you turn off the light at the top of the stairs? I'm trying to watch my movie. Can you turn off the light at the top of the stairs? Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. Stop calling me a bitch in front of my kids.
Not sure if you caught that, but he said, I definitely would appreciate it if you would stop calling me a bitch in front of my children. Again, why is this important? Where is this going? You're going to find out that everything that Jeremiah was accused and convicted for is exactly what she did, and he didn't. How did those tables get turned? White woman, black man? You decide.
What I'm trying to tell you is I can't do something, then I'm a bitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put somebody else in front of your daughter.
Okay.
Even if you put yourself in front of your daughter, that makes you a bitch.
All right. Hey kids, why don't y'all get in y'all rooms so me and your mother can either talk so she can either stop yelling at me down the stairs or disrespecting me in my home. Okay.
So I'm going to give you a little foreshadowing to Jamie's presentation in front of the judge. Very quiet, sad. I mean, I was there, so I'm not just making, I saw all of this. So very much the victim. So I don't know to you who sounds like the victim in these conversations, but she is not a victim in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna keep going with this. So now we're at the end of January 30th, 2018 to be specific. And they're all at home in the evening. It's about 5:30 at night. How do I know? Because I have records of everything. And again, he's recording everything. She doesn't know that. And they get in another fight. So this is a very lengthy video, and I had all of our audio, and I had all the audios transcribed. So I'm gonna read the salient parts of the first part of it, but then I'm gonna play the second part because it's really pretty disturbing. So they're talking about schedules and, you know, who's gonna pick up the kids and that kind of thing. And then Jamie says, again, remember that the kids are within hearing distance. She says to him, "Are you paying child support with your history of child abuse? It would be best if you slept downstairs tonight." And then there's some stuff going on with the kid, conversations with the youngest, blah, blah, blah. And she says, again, remember the kids are there. "Are you paying for the guardian ad litem? Because you will not get sole custody or placement of these children, not with your criminal history and not with your child abuse." And he has never been convicted of anything or child abuse. And but she's saying these things in front of her children. Now, why would she do that? Does she need witnesses? More stuff with the kid. And then she says, "Gonna be some funny shit, sweetheart." She says this to Jeremiah. So then he takes a pause, goes to another room and says in the, the recording, "Before I turned my recorder on, she stated to me while the kids were out of the kitchen that if I bring my friend Kristen around the kids, there's gonna be hell to pay. Not to mention that she's running this shit show. That she's about to make some accusations of abuse or something like that. She's got me kind of concerned right now, so I've got my recorder playing for the rest of the night." So, do you see where this is going? All right. Then, go back and start conversing with each other. She threatens, again, in front of the kids. Oh, she says this to her children. I'm moving back to Eagle River, which is where she grew up and where her mother lives. "I'm only going to have every other weekend to see you guys. Your dad doesn't want to pay child support. He wants you guys full time." And Jeremiah responds by saying, "I'm not talking about this, and to the kids, don't believe everything you hear." And then Jamie says, "Your girl is going to get served with some papers really quickly too," that being me. Okay. Then Jeremiah says, "I just walked in the house about to give my boy a hug because I heard her say that if she loses, that she may have to go back to Eagle River. He shied away from me. She's sitting there poisoning the kids' minds, that there's about to be some real serious dire consequences for them." That was one kid. She was talking about going back to Eagle River, or if she doesn't prevail in the divorce, then she may have to be forced to go. No kids have to be told that. that is just going to be frightening to them. Humph. That's the end of that section. I'm going to stop now and start with the next video with the part that, if you thought it could get any worse, it just keeps getting worse. See you soon.